That is my jam. So this is all just trauma from my childhood speaking. I'm kind of a dark side kind of person.
Yeah, yep. Yep. Yep.
Don't know where you are, 'cause you're not.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Monday after all of the holidays. So the 26th, I think. 27th. It's the 27th today. Wow. And I am on my way to do something super fun. I'm getting blood work. Yeah. I am on my way to get some labs checked. I had a physical exam. A few vlogs back, I talked about some symptoms that I was having, and everything's gone. You know, it was some stress, but I stopped losing the weight. I kind of plateaued, but my hair's still falling out, and I needed a physical anyway. So yeah, I'm just getting a bunch of blood work done. How were your holidays? Mine were great. They were good. We had family over an aunt over from Chicago, and it's on my mom's side. They're a freaking ball. Like, they should have their own TV show. They are hilarious. Like, at some point during the night, they have everyone bawling in laughter. Like, and they cry, and we all cry. Like, that's a kind of a hallmark of our family, of my mom's side of the family. We all cry when we laugh, including myself. It's weird, but yeah, I didn't get to that point yesterday, but several people did, and it was hilarious. It was so much fun. We had a lot of fun. We had food, and we had atole, just like a Mexican, I don't really know what to compare it to. It's not an eggnog. It's like a cornstarch drink, but it's really good. It's really delicious. And yes, I broke keto several times. So I'm back on it now. I'm fasting, obviously, because I have to fast for labs. I'm getting cholesterol drawn. Okay, so these are the labs that I'm gonna get drawn. This vlog is just all over the place. Super all over the place. But okay, let's start with the labs that I'm getting drawn. I'm gonna get the ones that I can remember anyway, an A1C, which is your diabetes kind of marker, a BMP, I'm getting a CMP, a complete metabolic panel. Checks a bunch of metabolic functions, including liver, things like that. I'm getting a vitamin D test. I'm getting vitamin B12. Oh, and I'm getting my thyroid checked. Yeah. Okay. So, enough of that, sort of chat, random topics. So this is how I feel about the holiday. So, this is a very, merry time, full of, fun and family and lots of cool things and blessings and all of that, right? Like, it's a very blessed time for a lot of people. Well, my mind always goes to the people who are not having that fun time and all of those blessings and all the fun with their family. Like, my heart just always goes out to those vulnerable people. Like, always. Around this time of year, my mind at some point goes to those people. And I feel like most people can say, oh yeah, I did think of people who may not have what I have, or who may not, get to do the things that I'm going to get to do. So I just found that happening maybe a little bit more now than other years. one day this entire time that I've been in nursing school that we have been able to go onto a clinical site. And I don't remember if I talked about it in a vlog, but we went to a long-term care facility for the elderly. And you know, so that's their home. You are walking into these people's homes, basically, where they're taken care of by a doctor who goes periodically, but this is their home. And so these people had, you know, picture frames of their families, you know, their spouses and their grandkids and them when they were younger. And it's really cool to see, but it's also just seeing the state that they are in now. It just doesn't fail to break your heart, because you know the LPNs or the MAs like tell you kind of their story, a little bit of their story, and like most of these people don't ever get visited. Most of these people don't have anyone. First of all, most of these people don't have anyone to visit them anymore. Like maybe they've outlived a lot of, or everyone in their family, including children, including maybe they don't have grandkids. Like a lot of these people don't have anyone anymore. But some of these people do, but they might as well not, because they don't get visited. They're just forgotten. And I don't know, like I just have a special place in my heart for the vulnerable people, like children and the elderly. Like just people who can't defend themselves. I always end up thinking of people like that. So anyway, and I feel like a lot of us, I always do think that I need to do more. I should do more. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, maybe this is just the sad part of me, like the dark, morbid side of myself. I don't know. Not that it's morbid, but I always just kind of tend to go to dark sides. I'm kind of a dark side kind of person. Like, I love scary movies. I know it's kind of a change in direction here, but I love scary movies. That is my jam. And like, I love all the dark things, except like, if you like, I think I'm a bubbly person in person. Like, I think I'm a optimistic person, but I also distrust people. Like, I'm not a very trustful person. But I think all of this is like just coming back to my childhood. Like, my dad had us watching Chucky at 5 years old. Like, yeah, pretty traumatized, okay? So this is all just trauma from my childhood speaking. But no, I mean, other than that, we had a really fun time. Like I said, we had Christmas. So we as Hispanics have Christmas on the 24th, or at least that's when it starts. Like for my family, that's when it starts, on the 24th. And like, that's when we go all out and blah, blah, blah. We have all the drinks and all the food and all the laughter and music and all of that, right? But we kind of go into the night, and you know, at least I don't anymore, but most of my family does, and they're falling asleep at like 6 or 7 o'clock the next morning. Yeah, it's that crazy. And you know, we used to be staying up all night, but we don't anymore, because Thiago kind of pulls us to the door to leave when he gets sleepy. So we left early. We just had a chill night at home, me and Freddie. But then the next day we kind of continued, and we went over their house again, because no one was, you know, awake enough or safe to even drive yet. So we drove over there again and just played loteria. That's a big part of, like, any time we get together, loteria. And that's kind of like a Mexican bingo, for anyone who doesn't know. And it's really fun. Super, super fun. We play with money, because otherwise it's not fun. We play with money. funny. Yeah. And that was on the 25th, and then on the 26th, yesterday, we got together again and played loteria again. Just had all the laughs. All the laughs. Anyway, I am just arriving at the clinic where I'm going to get labs drawn. This is actually the clinic where I used to work. So I'm going to get to see, hopefully get to see some of the girls that I used to work with and say hi to them. But yeah, I will catch up with you guys later, and I'll tell you what the plans are for the rest of the day, because they could possibly be fun. We'll see.